agency begins the evacuation of waste in Calabar. PDP spends 56 out of 57 governorship aspirants in South-South zone. Ahead of the 2022 Workers' Day, President of the Senate celebrate Nigerian workers. Details and other stories in just a moment. Good evening and welcome to the news at 7. I am Vina Linus and it's indeed a pleasure to be with you. The process and action required to manage waste from its inception to its final disposal is fundamental in view of health implication. Against this background, environmentalists are urging relevant waste management authorities to hasten the removal of waste along public places that are constituting environmental problems. Eric Ivy in this report finds out why waste management, which is an important element of environmental protection, is posing a challenge not only in Cross River State, but in Nigeria. Her report.
Most human activities generate waste. Managing waste for a healthy living remains a major concern the world over. In recent times, the rate and quality of waste generation have been on the increase due to increased human population in urban areas. And this has given rise to indiscriminate littering of refuse on the streets and drains, which provide habitat for insect vectors, flies, as well as rodents, which are pollutants to the environment.
This baby don't cause me sickness. Sickness when me they buy medicine every day. I don't use no smack, you know, protect me.
You understand? So when some people come like this and they find out that the bin has already been filled without being taken, they will now place it on the floor. And there is nobody to control them. So government should do something or put enforcement on it.
For some respondents, living in an untidy environment may lead to loss of hygienic behavior and could create a significant health problem.
You are bound to be sick every day because of malaria and other diseases. You understand? So people around this area will be perceiving it gradually and they don't know. And because of this, they will become sick.
Environmental stakeholders, however, advise on proper waste disposal in order to avoid polluting the atmosphere.
As you industrialize a place, there's supposed to be a checking the excesses that result in environmental hazard. But now, without the installation of the facilities requisite to check the excesses in the industrialization process, there will continue to be environmental hazard.
A healthy living depends largely to how clean our environments are. Therefore, it means that our environment at all times must be kept clean.
Don't throw dirty bin on the roadside. When rain is falling, don't bring out your dustbin and throw inside the gutter for rain to flush it. Take it to the appropriate bin where we have to trash dustbin.
Environmentalists advocate enhanced sustainability in the environment, advising people to desist from littering the streets and drains. In Calabar, Erika Ivy, Nta News.
Still on waste management, the Cross River State Management Agency has commenced the evacuation of waste in Calabar metropolis. According to the reports, the agency stated that the refuse removal from Watts Market, Etimedem Park, Goldie by Etunko, Amikautu, Uwanse by Bakery, Uwanse Market, Ekpo Ayo, Atamuno, Main Avenue, among others. The general manager of the Cross River State Management Agency, Sunday Uko, said the agency is poised to ensure that the state is clean and green at all times. It further revealed that the refuse witnessed in the metropolis was due to technical issues experienced by operators of waste evacuation. Veterinary doctors around the world are marking the special day, recognizing the importance of the profession to the society. Strengthened veterinary resilience is the theme for the 2022 Veterinary World Day. Musali has more.
When pets like a dog, cat are sick, they do not only pose a threat to the other animals, but also to the owners as well. Just as consuming meat from a sick animal could lead to zoonotic diseases like Lassa fever and Ebola. The professionals trained in identifying symptoms of diseases in animals are veterinary doctors. This therefore explains the reason why the world recognizes the importance and the role of veterinary medicine in the overall well-being of animals and human beings.
Veterinarians ensure these animals have a voice and also ensure welfare of these animals is given priority.
Members of the Nigerian Veterinary Medical Association converged on this hall to mark this year's World Veterinary Day.
We plead that both the federal government of Nigeria, the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, the academia, the stakeholders and friends of the veterinary profession should initiate a process that will lead to the creation of Federal Ministry of Animal Health and Veterinary Medicine.
The theme of the World Veterinary Day 2022 is strengthening veterinary resilience. And as a vet, by our training, we are made to be very resilient, to persevere, to struggle, not to give up.
Aliu Sahabi Abdullahi, Senate Deputy Chief Whip, said the recent bill passed by the National Assembly on animal disease control is to strengthen veterinary medicine in the country.
Veterinarians set the pace. Let's not throw it away. There are so many areas where we set the pace. And I think we need to really close the gap between the younger generations and the older generations. There is a serious gap.
The contributions of some veterinary doctors were recognized as part of the celebration. Musa Aliyu, NTA News.
Primary schools in Akwa Ibom State have received feeding utensils from the federal government through the National Homegrown Feeding Program. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, Saidiya Farouk, says it is part of government's deployment of interventions within the program to ensure its success in primary schools in Nigeria. Correspondent Evelyn Badu reports.
The National Homegrown School Feeding Program is designed to address poverty, improve child nutrition, and enhance enrollment in primary schools. Has about 500 pupils as beneficiaries in Akwa Ibom State.
We, the entire pupils of Akwa Ibom State, appreciate our President, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, for this gesture.
Handing over the feeding utensils to beneficiaries, the representative of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, Charles Suko, says the intervention will also enhance the quality of data as efforts are being made by the federal government to scale up the program with additional 5 million pupils.
Additionally, an operation review is underway, fully supported by experts and technical partners to ensure that this program succeeds in its objectives and capitalizes on gains and benefits such as women empowerment, supporting the education of the girl child, creating employment, and improving intergovernmental cooperations and collaborations.
Mr. President thought that there was something that could be done to bring back the students to school. Not just bringing back the pupils to school, but to also retain them in school. And so the President came up with the school feeding program, which aimed at feeding the pupils from primary 1 to 3, giving them 1 nutrition meal a day.
About 9 million children have so far benefited from the National Homegrown Feeding Schools program in the country. In Uyo, Evelyn Badu Ekpu, NTA News.
The Senate President Ahmed Lawal has sent his best wishes to Nigerian workers on the occasion of the 2022 May Day. In a statement by the Special Advisor to the President of the Senate on Media and Publicity, Ola Awoyun, Senator Lawal also celebrated the workers for their immense contributions to the development of the nation. He also acknowledged their patriotic cooperation with the government and other institutions in the collective effort to address societal challenges. Senator Lawal, in the spirit of May Day, appealed for a speedy and amicable resolution of the ongoing negotiations between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, to ensure Nigerian universities reopen for learning and research. You are watching news on Nta Calabar from our studios. You can also watch the newscast on our YouTube channel, YouTube/NTA Calabar. We'll be right back after this time out to stay with us. Welcome back to the rest of our news. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, Governorship Aspirant Screening Committee says 56 out of 57 aspirants that bought the governorship nomination forms have been thoroughly screened to participate in the party's primaries in 4 states across the South-South geopolitical zone. Chairman of the Screening Committee and Governor of Bayelsa State, Doye Diri, said this during the exercise in Port Harcourt. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
The South-South Screening Committee is led by Governor of Bayelsa State, Doye Diri. The team screened aspirants from Cross River, Delta, Akwa Ibom, and River States.
All of those who appeared before us that we have screened, we are sure that whoever that emerges as the candidate of our party in each of these states, we are putting our first 11 into the game.
Those screened commended the committee for being thorough, adding that the stringent procedures are to ensure that those who fly the party's flag have the necessary requirements for the election.
As you are seeking the people's mandate, even the mandate of the delegate, you need to show to them in concrete terms, what they are going to do.
We are consolidating on the gains we have made in the state by talking, of course, with the delegates.
There is a serious gap between the rich and the poor. If God allows me to be the God of this state, I will first and foremost make sure I create an enabling environment for our youths.
If I'm cleared, then we have 1 whole month to do whatever it is that we have to do, meet with stakeholders, make them understand that we are the best option.
In the meantime, successful aspirants for the state and national assembly elections have been presented their certificates to contest in the party primaries. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
Still talking politics, Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo says there is need for leaders to come together in a coalition to move the country forward. He said that this when he paid host to Ekiti State Governor and Chairman Nigeria Governors Forum, Dr. Kayode Fayemi. Nta Calabar has the details.
The visit is to congratulate Professor Soludo on his inauguration as the governor of Anambra State. While commending their long-standing relationship, he commended Professor Soludo for bringing fresh ideas into governance, which everyone is applauding, as he has been monitoring his achievements from the onset. He noted that President Muhammadu Buhari is well pleased with his development plans for the state, promising adequate support from the Governors Forum, as his tenure will be remarkable. The governor also believes that security and safety will return to the land.
I know that he's not afraid of hard work. I saw the development plan that he worked on. We know that economic prosperity would return to the land. And we know that that would be to the eternal glory of our country and God Almighty.
Governor Soludo appreciated his counterpart for his sterling leadership as chairman of the Governors Forum and the massive support the forum gave him, noting that Anambra and Ekiti states are known for human capital development, as Anambra will continue to move ahead as the commercial, entertainment and industrial hub of the nation.
The people who really have these progressive ideas in belief and in content and who understand what it is need to come together in a coalition to really move this country fundamentally forward.
The visit attracted principal officers of both states from the Governor's Lodge, Amobia, Nta Calabar, NTA News.
The federal government has declared Monday 2nd and Tuesday 3rd of May 2022 as public holidays to mark this year's Workers' Day and Eid al-Fitr celebrations. The Minister of Interior, Raf Arabashala, made the declaration on behalf of the federal government. He congratulated workers across the country on this year's celebration. He therefore commended workers for their hard work, diligence and sacrifice, noting that Their efforts are largely responsible for the greatness of the country and the respect Nigeria now commands in the Committee of Nations. The minister also congratulates all Muslims for the successful completion of the holy month of Ramadan. The minister calls on all Muslims to imbibe and practice the virtues of kindness, love, tolerance, peace, self-denial, sacrifice, and good neighborliness, as exemplified by the Holy Prophet Muhammad. Bayelsa State Sports Academy, Asoma, dominated the opening day of competition at the first Governor Diri National Wrestling Classic in Yenagoa, winning 4 gold and 1 bronze medals to claim a commanding victory in the under-15 category. In the 38 kg freestyle event, Liga Dabura of Bayelsa Sports Academy defeated James Perezidi of the Federal Safety Car team to earn gold, while Tare Timidi, Kanu, and Abdullahi Isa Bauchi State settled for bronze. Trust God, Binakama of Bayelsa Sports Academy added another gold in the 44 kg waist class, with Kelvin Ziggy of Team Kanu, whom he defeated in the final, settling for silver. Perez Egbe, Bayelsa State, and Taiwo Dele, Ogun State, both won a bronze medal. In the Greco-Roman event, the Asoma boys also claimed 2 of the 3 gold medals available. Action continues on Saturday with senior boys taken to the mats in 10 weight classes in the Greco-Roman events. Now to other sports events with Olubode. We'll be right back.
Nigeria's under-17 female national team, the Flamingos, rounded off its training ahead of Saturday's second leg World Cup qualifiers in Cairo against host Egypt. The first leg at the MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, ended 4-0 in favor of the Nigerian girls. That is a step away from the final round of African Qualification Series. Back home in the Nigeria Professional Football League, club sides will have another opportunity this weekend to consolidate their league standings. Saturday matches are Enyimba against Gombe, Niger Tornadoes vs Kano Pillars as Takada FC host Plateau United. For Sunday matches, Brothers will be at war as Sunshine Stars welcomes Oluyole Warriors, while MFM will entertain Enugu Rangers among other matches. In volleyball, the chief of Niva Star volleyball team have emerged winners of the National Division II Volleyball Championship in Jalingo, Taraba State. After 6 matches, the team garnered 18 points to win the league and pushed Plateau Rocks to the second spot with 15 points. Still on volleyball, all is now set for the maiden edition of the Glorious Kids Underage Volleyball Championship, scheduled to hold at the Life Camp Volleyball Court, Jabi, Abuja, on the 7th of May 2022. Organizers say the one-day tournament is aimed at creating awareness, developing the game at grassroots, and to raise a new generation of volleyball players in FCT and Nigeria at large. With sports update, Olumide Guntola, Nta News.
With our sports reports, we come to the end of our 7 p.m. news, but just before we go, a quick look at the top stories. The Cross River State Waste Management Agency has started evacuation of waste in Calabar. PDP has screened 56 out of 57 governorship aspirants in the South-South zone. It was also in the news that ahead of the 2022 Workers' Day, President of the Senate has celebrated Nigerian workers for their diligence and patience. That's it on the news. We thank you so much for being there. Enjoy the rest of our programs and do have yourself a very pleasant evening. Thank you.